Hi everybody. So I'm doing a bit of a VR. Just opened Angie Swap. I'm doing a bit of a VR for the lovely Tambaralilly and Crafts. Now, she's got a challenge going on till the end of August. So Tammy, my darling, this won't go off till the end of bank holiday. So it'll go up Tuesday morning for you. And then I'm hoping you'll receive it by Wednesday morning. With a bit of luck, you should. I don't see any problem why you shouldn't. But anyway, this is on its way to you. Now, Tammy hasn't seen... I have been sharing some bits and pieces. But this is the completed project. I've gone down the route of doing it more vintage and using the more graphic 45 paper pad. I'll get that out in a second. I've gone down the route of using that and the images out of that. So I'm hoping she'll like it, because I know her favourite colours are green and blue. She said in one of her videos her favourite colours are green and blue. So I've tried to stick with green and blue when I'm making this. So Tammy, this is for you and I'm hoping you like it. So I'm going to read you up. This is my loaded envelope. It's so big, it's not going to fit in sort of one shot. If I do it like that, you're not going to be able to see it. So I'm going to go down from the bottom to the top. So you've got the top pocket, and as you can see, vintage images. This is why I say I've used vintage images. As you can see, vintage people, a cluster of flowers. So yeah, I've really worked hard on this loaded envelope, and I've really enjoyed it, making it too. And then that's the back pocket. This is it all done, all finished and done. The only thing I've got to add is some of the papers for the 2 packets on the back, but that's about it. And I thought I can do that as it's going in the parcel. So as I'm taking stuff out, I'm not going to be putting it back in. I'm just going to show you as I take it out, and then what I don't take out, what I take out, I'll put back in when I come off the camera. So I'm going to start from the bottom pocket. So what I've done on the bottom pocket, now I've used the paper pad called Pinks and Peaches, and it's by Crafter's Companion. I want to say Crafter's Companion. Wait there, and we'll get the paper pads that I've used. So I've used, remove this aside, I've used that paper pad. And I've used, oh gosh, this paper pad. So the base of it is done using the Pinks and Peaches. That's the base of my loaded envelope. So I've used their paper pad. Now I've used that paper pad, and I've used that one. So that one and that one. And I had fun making the papers, the pockets out of this paper, because it's double-sided. You get to choose what side you want to be able to show. So you'll notice even the ridges on the pockets, they're even in the pad, and the whole paper has come from this paper pad. So that one, I didn't want to do anything to the back because I loved the image so much in the back. I didn't want to do anything to it. And that image has come from that paper down the bottom. That back one has come from the same, I want to say same image, but I'm thinking it may be this one, this corner piece. So as you can see, it's all done using that paper pad, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love working with that paper pad, and I'm going to get some more of that paper. And like I say, it's called Pinks and Peaches. It's A3 size, and it's from Crafter's Companion. Now I got mine from eBay, and it worked out about £10 because I got it on bid, and I haven't stopped using it. So it's absolutely stunning. So as well as with that paper pad, my husband for Christmas bought me this graphic 45, and it's called Penny's Paper Doll Family. And in this paper pad, oops, let me just show you one sheet if I can. I've had too many pieces sliding off. As you can see, there's a family of 5. You've got, you know, the mum and dad and all the children, and you've got the old-fashioned stamps all the way around. But inside this paper, that is why I loved it so much, you get the women. And now I don't know whether you guys, when you were little, had like dolls, and you had they were made of paper and you could sort of dress your own doll. Well, it's exactly the same thing. So the doll on the front, I'll just bring her away. This doll here I've cut out, and I've put this clothing on top of her. And I did it on a live. I've made the loaded envelope for you, Tammy, on a live. If you go back 2 or 3 Fridays, I made it on a live, and I used this exact pad to do it. So as you can see, you can dress the women and you can dress the men. If I can get 2 men. There's the boy and there's the boy and there's the dad. Now I didn't do the horse. I was tempted to cut that out, but I didn't know where to put that on the loaded envelope. So I did just the man and I dressed him up. So this is what I've done so far. So there's the paper pad I've used. I'm going to move that to one side and bring this back over, and I'm going to start from the bottom. Now with the bottom of the loaded envelope, I did a cluster of flowers. I've used some tattered lace dies to get that ivy floral look. I've used some flat back embellishment shirt again with that tattered lace die. If I unclip this, Tammy, I got this in a little shop, and I bought 2 for me a long time ago, and it hangs up in my room for some inspiration on what to do with pegs, because I often look at pegs and I think, oh, what do you do with pegs, what do you do with pegs? And when I bought them, I thought, that's what you do with them, that's exactly what you do with it, that's the kind of things you can do with them, because it's padded as well. So I picked you up one of them. I thought they were super cute, and I just pinned it on the side. And like I said, use the girl that was in the image, and I have dressed her, and she's on foam pads. So if you was to lift, well, you can see it's on foam pads, but you'll be able to see as I undo it, you'll be able to see the little tabs behind the neck. Then I used the lettering that was in the same graphic 45 pad to cover, and I've also used some netting, 2 layers of tulle for some sort of fabric on the front. So I'm going to undo it. So this piece I'm showing you, I have sprayed green and blue, and I thought, Tammy, you would have a field day using this whatever you make. And it's sprayed using, I'll show you the sprays I've used. If I hold that there, so the spray, oh gosh, everything's off now. The sprays I've used are denim, and there is spearmint, and they are water. I often get asked what sprays these are. So they're like cosmetic shimmers. They're about £2.75 on eBay. They're not much in postage. And what they are, they're a watercolour spray. They've got a shimmer, glimmer and mist effect in them, and they dry pretty quick because they're a watercolour spray. So you can spray them and you'll know that they dry pretty quick. So they do it. You can spray fabric or paper with them, doesn't really matter, and you get that kind of effect. Now what I did was I just sprayed it with the blue, dried it, and then sprayed it with green. And if you notice, when it was wet, it's combined the green and the blue, which gives me a really nice colour. So I sprayed that for you. Then I wanted to make something a little bit different, so I made you a little, what this is, again, the same paper that I've used, the main paper, which is pinks and peaches. I've covered it in lace, covered the top in pearls, and I've sewn this little book together for you. I've sewn it with my hands. I am machine sewed it, although that would have been a good idea. And with the string, the cord that was left over, I've attached a bead and a diamond thing, just for if you wanted like a little bookmark, wanted to keep a page open, let's say, you could just bring it over and keep the page for you. So I hadn't cut it over, I wanted to do something with it. Now the front, these I haven't done, these were a trim, but these flowers here I have embroidered, not embroidered, ribbon embroidered, used ribbon and made the flowers using ribbon. It's actually on a piece of applique, so I did that piece separate before sticking it on the book, and then I've used some flat back bows on the top, and that's created my little notepad, something a little different that I wanted in the loaded envelope for you. So there's that. Now I'm not going to be able to, I know I'm not going to be able to show you everything in here, keep everything on the desk, it's just almost impossible. So part of Tammie's, when she was explaining, you know, what she'd like in the loaded envelope, one of the things she asked for was a bag of scraps, and it earned, I think it earned 5 points, if I remember right. I can't remember exactly. So what I've done is I've given you a bag of scraps in the middle pocket, and there is another bag in here somewhere. So there's a ton of like different scraps. I know you can have a field day using this bits of applique in there, and I've tried to give you scraps that I know that are big pieces that you can use. So that's what I've done in that pocket. And then I have given you this at the Graphic 45, and we often make for ladies or women or girls in our lives, or friends that are ladies, but we never make, at least I don't, never make for men, or I haven't got anything in my stash that I can sort of pick up and I've got to make for a man. So I've given you this. It was in the Graphic 45 paper pad, and it says, a father's a treasure, a brother's a comfort, a friend is both. And I just thought that would be perfect if you had a male friend, and that would just be perfect on a card. So I've given you that little tag I've cut out and given you that. In this little pocket, I've made a fan. Now the fan, sorry for the glare, the fan is made up of the same paper, Pinks and Peaches. It's made of the tattered lace die sets. That flower that you see just there is actual dried flowers, dried petals. You can buy them off eBay. They come in a flat pack. There's not many in a pack, and it's usually, it's a little bit expensive for what it is, but they are dried flowers on the stems. So Tammie, when you get it, be really careful when you open this packet, because they are prone to snap. I have sprayed an adhesive on there, so it should stay on there for you, but if they come off, you know why. So again, I've used some tattered lace dies to get these ivy dies all the way around. The wording is from the Tim Holtz, there's a ton of words in a pack, so I've used, the first step is in a journey, and I thought that was so true to the challenge that Tammie has set, and why the reasons behind the reasons why she set it. So I had to put that on, and I've used some flat back embellishments to finish this off, a flat back heart, and then I've dulled the actual wooden handle that I've made out of 2 cocktail sticks to give it that sturdiness. And then on the side here, I've decorated a nice little peg, so you've got that. So I'm going to unclip this. So that is the fan. Here's the peg. You have a proper old vintage bus ticket. I bought a ton of these off Marlow, and I have shared some with you, my dear Tammie, so there's some of them. there is a envelope for you to alter, just a plain one for you to alter, and then there's one of these tags. Now I think I put another one in here for you, but this was out of a wedding PDF set, journal set that I had printed off Etsy, and this was one of the tags in that set, so I've given you one of the tags. So there is that. So that is the first pocket emptied, completely emptied. Oh, and I did put handmade with love, which I'm gonna attach to one of the top of the packaging. I've stamped that out on ink, which I thought worked perfectly. So that is it. I don't think there's anything else. I was a little bit of scrap in my drawer. And as you can see, I've used the woman, and I've used some flat back embellishments all the way around in a basket on her bouquet of flowers here. And I've put a blue flat back embellishment that was suggested in my life for a earring. So there's that. I curled the sides over so we come to the back pocket. Now, the back pocket, as you can see, is quite full. I love things when a loaded envelopes are full, they have to be full in my eyes. If you can have a loaded envelope, it needs to be full. So I put 2 of these beautiful tags. Now these tags were sent to me, I want to say by Siobhan, but I may be wrong. They were sent to me in an email, and Siobhan shared some PDF images she had bought with me. And I have shared some back with her, and basically I've printed 2 out to send to you, Tammy, so you can use that whatever way you want to use them. So there's them. Then in this back pocket, wow, you can just see it. I made this last night on a live that I did with Laurel, and it is my wand. I don't make wands very often. I should make them, because I don't know why I don't make them. I don't know whether I don't dislike making them, or I don't know. But I figured if I was going to make a wand, then it needed to be big and it needed to be a statement. So this wand is made out of the same paper pad. I've used a doily die in the center, some diamond flat back embellishments, some acrylic based. I've got a paper doily that I had for one of Marlu's kits. Again, the fan edging. I've also, I don't know whether you could see, Tammy, there's like little hearts on all the way around, and I've inked the edges as well with Tim Holtz Vintage Photo ink. And then I've just laid it up. So we've got acrylic, they've got appliques. I've made 2 bows here, sitting here. And then on the actual stem, Tammy, you can take this button off. It's just tied on the back, which you can untie, and you can take the button off to use. I just thought that would be a nice way to use the wand. So you can take the button off and reuse that if you want. So there's that. Oh wow. And then in this, like I say, I wanted to use the man in that graphic 45 set. So I've used a suitcase. I've gone with green and blue because Tammy said that was her favourite colours. I don't often work with green and blue, and I asked myself when I was making this, why don't you, Kat? Why don't you just pick it up? So I made you one of these. And hi everybody. So sorry about that. Somebody called me, so I had to take the call, so I do apologize. So where I was, so I made this in blue and green, so I was just about to open it, wasn't I? So in here, Tammy, you'll find these flowers. Now I didn't make them. I wish I could say I did, but I didn't. Shirley sent me a huge bag of them a couple of months ago, and she said that I could share them because there were so many in the bag. So what I've done is, don't put me down for making these flowers and they're handmade, because they're not. There is one stuck at the end. Here it comes. And don't put me down as I've made these. I haven't, and I don't want to say that I have, because I know you get extra points for making your handmade flowers. They will be in a different pack. So these are not handmade by me, so please don't think that I've made them. I haven't. And like I say, Shirley said share them about, so that's what I'm doing. And I've given you blue because the colours were pink, blue and white, so I've given you blue because that was one of your favourite colours, and then I've given you white and pink to switch things up a bit. So I've given you them, so that's what was in that package. I'm going to put everything everything down here. So that's what was in there. Now in the back pocket, we're getting to the good stuff. I do apologise, it's my husband telling my dogs off because they're going for each other's food. So in this package I've made another one of those little pegs. They're tiny minute little pegs, look. And you've got another 2 vintage bus tickets in that one. Those are made. And then in this pocket you'll see, Tammy, that there's tons of die cuts. I'm going to just pull a few out. There is some doilies, there's some framelets, and they're not squashed. I've done some teacups, which are them. I've tried to go blue as much as I can. There's just loads, there's tons in there, so you're going to have a field day. I'm not going to pull them all out because I'll never get them back in. You'll have a field day going through those die cuts. There's tons in there to play with. And then in the back pocket there's a huge tag. Now this tag is from that Pinks and Peaches set. It was one tag on one of the papers, and I just thought, cut it out, it would make the perfect tag to go in a journal. And I know Tammy loves making her journals and journals and she would love to have this in a journal, and it would fit perfect in one of the pockets. So I've given you that, Tammy. Then in the back you have a plain tag. I was going to do something with this, but as time's running out, I don't think I'm going to do anything with. It was in one of the kits I bought with Marlo. Not that I'm saying I don't like it, because I do. It's just I want to share some of the things I've got in my stash. And then in the back pocket you will find some scraps of paper. Now in here are some handmade paper. So anything that looks like these, Tammy, is my handmade paper. I'm going to send you some of my handmade paper as well in like sheets, so you can cut them up yourselves. But these are just like little scraps that I've had from cutting my own cards up. So these are just handmade papers. But everything else is just scraps of papers. Now with scraps of papers you can make your own paper with. So anything that you can make your own paper with, scraps wise, and you'll have a field day using them. So those are the handmade paper. And now this cellophane bag, I inked the edges. I've actually made smaller because the pocket is a little bit smaller. And I put shimmer paper on the back and the front. So that's what I've done there. I'm going to pop that back in there so I know where they are. As I say, I'm not going to put everything back because I'll be here all day. And then if I flick to the back, I've given you 2, what do you call these? They're not lollipop sticks, what do you call them? Straws. I had to think then, I've given you 2 gold straws to play about with to make your own wands. These are the bags that I've got to do the paper on this bag, but this is another bag of scraps I've given you. Again, I've given you big pieces so that, I'm just going to put this to one side a second, so that you've got plenty to play about with. Like these are like just big pieces that you can use. There's doilies, there's all sorts of scraps in there. And I have put ribbon inside because I know you said ribbon had counted as part of the scraps if you were sending ribbon. So put that in the back pocket. And then I've also handmade this. And I will show you what it is. Now I've left the paper on the top off because with this package I couldn't turn it upside down, whereas the other ones I'm able to turn the opening on the bottom, but with this one I can't because of that nice doily trim at the bottom. And with this one I've altered a tea bag, and I've used my scraps to do it. And you will find on the back, this is proper vintage lace, and I have only got a little bit of it, so I just I've got I say loads, but I've only got like a little strip left because I had it in a pack I had bought off Etsy, and you buy lace and it's £5. That includes your postage, and you get some vintage lace sent to you. And this piece and these pieces at the bottom, they're all vintage too, and you can see it creeping at the bottom. So the image was the images I bought recently, and then in here are the tags for you to use, and I've just put a little bow on the top. So that is my loaded envelope. Like I say, I wanted to give you something that you were going to go, you know, to me a loaded envelope should be loaded completely, and that's what I wanted you to do. So I hope that you like everything I sent you. I am going to make some of my handmade flowers, and they're going to be made in a different, I'm not going to show them in this video because I want Tammy to have some sort of surprise, and I know she's going to see this video. So Tammy, my darling, I will be making my handmade flowers. I have made a couple up ready to send. Like I say, this will be going out Tuesday morning, but I'm not going to put them, I'm not going to show you ladies right now what I've made because I want Tammy to have some sort of surprise. So I hope you like my loaded envelope. As somebody pointed out to me, it is loaded. So I just hope that she loves everything I've put in. And I will speak to you all in my next video. Take care. Have a lovely rest of the week or weekend, wherever you are in the world. And I will catch up with you in my next video. Bye for now.